Hey guys, Stephen Tony here, and I am back with a new video. And I thought for this one I'd share with you my top 5 favorite classic Doctor Who episodes. I was kind of pondering what to do for a video, and this one had been on my mind for some time, so I figured, why not? Yeah. I do want to restate from my previous Doctor Who video that I mainly have the Tom Baker, Patrick Troughton, and John Pertwee years. So yeah, but to start off with, I do want to mention two honorable mentions, and they are Revenge of the Cybermen and Terror of the Zygons. Now, the plots to these are Revenge of the Cybermen, the Doctor, Sarah Jane, and their friend Harry end up on this futuristic space station, space shuttle combo type of craft, and they find a sick crew and this weird other character in there, and it's not long before they realize that they're in the middle of a war between this alien race here and the Cybermen, and in a terror of the Zygons, Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart of UNID calls for the Doctor's help when he suspects that this alien race is cloning government people, and just this whole, and this whole array to stop it, comes about. I like these two serials a lot. The only reason neither of them made the top 5 is because they're kind of, basic style episodes. I like the production values are still good. The effects are still good for what they had at the BBC at the time. But they kind of feel like standard fare for the Doctor for the most part, and that's why they're mainly honorable mentions. Although Terror of the Zygons is pretty interesting, as it did foreshadow the first woman to be elected prime minister in Britain. So these are my honorable mentions. And now on to the top 5, and I'll be counting down from 5 to 1 being my absolute favorite. So at number 5 is Invasion of the Dinosaurs. Basically, the Doctor and Sarah Jane come back from an adventure in space, and they return and find all these dinosaurs roaming around London, and units scattering about, trying to figure out what has happened, and it ends up turning out that this group of people has decided that the planet's far too polluted with many things to keep surviving, so they've invented this machine to literally turn back time to the Stone Age and start all over again, being this very techno-based apocalypse type thing, and only the Doctor can stop it. this was the either it was the first or second episode of John Pertwee's final season as the Doctor. And Pertwee, for anybody who isn't aware, he was very concerned about the environment. He was for a lot of the environmental causes, and this was one of many episodes that dealt with this theme he was very passionate about. And the dinosaurs in this are stop motion, and and even though they aren't Ray Harryhausen in quality, they still were pretty dang good for the budget the BBC allowed the show. So the main reason that this is in the fifth place, even though it has a very good story, some very good characters, I like there's a very shocking betrayal of someone the Doctor trusted for a long time. I don't want to spoil who it is. There's a lot of craziness going on. A lot of red herrings, a lot of treason. A lot of various stuff. Which I really love. The only reason that it's in the fifth spot is because the machine that's invented to cause this mass change in everything, how they invented it and how they came about its source of power, it's just a little too creative for me. I can appreciate and enjoy suspension of disbelief immensely, but that machine was a bit too fantastical, even for the sci-fi elements of the show. But other than that, I still enjoy it a lot, and that's why it's in fifth place. So that's Doctor Who, Invasion of the Dinosaurs. Okay. At number 4 is Doctor Who, The Tomb of the Cybermen. This one is a very interesting Doctor Who for me. It's the first Doctor Who with Patrick Troughton I ever watched. I had seen one of Tom Baker's a little earlier on YouTube, but this was the first Troughton one I ever saw, and I really enjoyed it. Basically, the Doctor and his friend Jamie have just rescued a young woman from 19th century Britain, Victoria, and she's joined the team, and they've landed on the Cybermen's home planet, and this archaeological team is there trying to find this massive tomb of what's supposed to be left of their race. But it turns out that one of the team members has a plan to use the Cybermen for world domination, and it just gets crazy and interesting from there. I had taken, ancient, history classes and whatnot, over the years, and and I've also had an interest in archaeology, from being an Indiana Jones fan. So last episode had all the right ingredients for me, especially the Egyptian style, tomb, and all the glyphs, hieroglyphs and everything. Yeah, it's a really solidly done serial. Yeah, quite fun. And it featured the first better looking incarnate of the Cybermen, because when they first appeared in a William Hartnell's Final Adventure as the Doctor, they had very poor costumes, like even for the budgets of the day. Like it was a very poor outfit and and here they were much more interesting looking. They looked more like humanoids who had who had like switched their flesh and organs for metal and whatnot, I've actually enjoyed them as villains a lot more than the Daleks, to be honest. Although I do have to admit I still need to see a Dalek event popularly, so the reason that it's at number 4 is because there's just others that I like a bit more. There's some minor continuity issues in here. I'm like not any thing detrimental to my enjoyment of it, and to my ability to be immersed in the story, but it is sort of there still, and you can't help but acknowledge, its existence. So and also some of the effects are a bit meh, but still not bad. So at number 4, that's Tomb of the Cybermen. Okay, and number 3, we have Doctor Who: The Time Warrior. This actually was the first episode of the final year. John Pertwee played the Doctor. Basically, he's he's rebuilding the TARDIS. I believe. Oh no, wait! It's either he's rebuilding it, or he's fixing it up, and he ends up meeting journalist Sarah Jane Smith, who sneaks into it, into the TARDIS, I should say, and he joins her, and they end up going back in time and find that this alien from a warrior species has landed in medieval England, and must repair his ship, but it's either a king or he's like the leader of a local tribe of people who live in a castle. He's at war with this other fella, and the alien starts providing them with flintlock rifles, something that hasn't been invented yet. So, so he's risking, making the human race more technologically advanced, like than it should be, because if they still have rifles in a primitive age, they'll still be inexperienced when when they get to the heavier stuff. Yeah. I really enjoyed this one, mainly for its setting in medieval England. I'm a big fan of the medieval period in European history. So yeah, and the alien is really a guy in a costume. I can't remember the guy's name who plays the alien now, but he was a very popular character, actor in England, and in Ireland and Scotland, etc. And he does a really good job as this alien, who really, all his race is designed for his war. That. He's causing, a major and dangerous shift in the power department by giving the humans weapons they aren't ready to handle yet. It's essentially he just doesn't care about the consequences his actions may very well cause, and as always, it's up to the doctor to stop him. Yeah, this DVD of it is very interesting because it has an option of playing the episode with special added in effects that weren't present in the original 1973-74 airing. And I do have to say, that some of those added effects are really well done. It's not detrimental to the episode's flow. It looks like something that that would have been there, had the budget allowed it. I don't really have too many complaints with this one. Maybe some of the historical inaccuracies, in there, but that's I'm a bit of a nit pick my way. So yeah. I'm a very fine episode, and that is The Time Warrior. Alrighty, and number two is The Ice Warriors. Yeah, that one's cool because they only had, I believe, 4 of the 6 episodes still in existence at the time, and this, along with one other Troughton serial, were the first to use the saved audio recordings and match them with newly created animation. And the animation for this one, I thought, was really well done. It was done to match with the movements, of the characters from the existing and it looked like very 60-ish, in the drawings. Yeah, like just very cool stuff. Basically, the Doctor, Jamie, and Victoria end up in the Antarctic, where again, a team of researchers and archaeologists and historians are digging through the ice and find this previously unheard of alien species whose race was visiting the planet, and they either crashed or got stuck during the Jurassic Age, and when the and when the Ice Age started, their ship, over the millennia, got encased in the ice, and they were frozen alive. So now the team has unearthed them. They've started to thaw, and they've basically taken over this station with the intent to repair their vessel and take off. Only problem is that their vessel is damaged beyond normal repair, and if it takes off, it'll blow up and release loads of radioactivity. So it's up to the Doctor, Jamie, and Victoria to prevent this. The villains in this were really well done, I thought. For the period, you can tell the Ice Warriors are made out of rubber, essentially, but the acting, just how they had to move, so it looked realistic, enough. It's very cool to see the voices of of the Ice Warriors are cool as well. Well, the setting primarily in the space station is interesting. Although it does leave that area to this cabin in the middle of nowhere, where this former scientist resides with a hermit and huntsman. So an interesting guest cast as well. Peter Solari, who was mainly known for the sitcom series Last of the Summer Wine, and also his tenure as Wallace of the Wallace and Gromit shorts. He plays one of his earliest dramatic parts, or let's say more serious parts, as this scientist who's still kind of a scientist, but no longer wants to play by the established rules. Who's also the only other source of help, besides the Doctor. And he does quite well in the episode. So and also playing the head Ice Warrior is the giant character actor Bernard Breslau, who was famous for the Carry On films series. Yeah, his kids were excited. He was in a Who serial, but but a bit taken aback as well that he played like the villain. But like yeah, like he does really well in spite of being in this like thick costume, and you're not able to like see his face, like face ain't nobody, but like he's like really excellent in this one. Yeah, you know yeah, like there's like some instances of the effects in this sets that are a little hokey, but otherwise it's a very solidly done episode. So like it's really entertaining. Cast is good, story's good, and I've always had a soft spot for it in regards to the villains, the creativity of the story, and of course the acting, and also the actress who plays Victoria. She got a really good part in this. Normally she's much more of a sidekick, but here they gave her a lot of important stuff to do, which I really thought, well, I like was nice of them. So yeah, that is I'm at number two, Doctor Who, the Ice Warriors. Okay, and the number one is my all-time favorite one. Not only my favorite of the Tom Baker era, but my favorite Doctor Who serial in general. I like the Robots of Death. Basically, in this one the Doctor has gained a new companion. Sarah Jane's gone back to Earth, and he ends up getting a new companion in this warrior woman, Leela, whom he saves from being, saves from a crazy planet world. If memory serves right, anyway. She was kicked out of her tribe for for questioning things, and her more rebellious personality suits the doctors as well. So like they join up. So anyway, they're traveling, and they somehow end up stuck under this really interesting machine, like that uses the Archimedes style screw to dig for minerals, and they soon find themselves aboard a mining vessel, where all of a sudden the crew members start dying one by one, and it's soon learned that the robot servants, an extra crewman. Oh no, I'm sorry. The robots who act as servants and also as the grunt crewmen are being taken over and and reprogrammed to kill. Yeah, like this is my absolute favorite, serial. Both of the Tom Baker year and of the classic era in general, because it just has a really, really good story. It's basically, it's basically Agatha Christie in space, because the Doctor and Leela, have to figure out, who's reprogramming these robots to kill, which is shown to be working under the Isaac Asimov rules of robotics from his stories. So yeah, it's really pretty much a murder mystery in space, and because it's pretty much confined to the TARDIS, and then to this big vessel slash machine Sheen. It's got this said thing of action, but it allows for still good enough sets and costumes, and this such. Yeah, some of the ship and the crewmen actually have this Art Deco style going on, which I thought was pretty cool to have. Like the mystery, of who's corrupting the robots, is pretty cool in this one. Like that there's sort of in an enclosed and somewhat isolated space, because it's been shown like the planet they're on, like it isn't inhabited by life as far as as far as they can see. See, so so there's tension. Anybody in this crew could be the killer. Just like really well done. I can't see any fault with this one at all. I'm like, even though it's like smaller budgeted, just from like what they still had. I had to film at the time. It's done really well. I really felt like I was watching something pretty close, like to a stage play. Because the because again, it's like it's really well decorated. They don't have to rely as much, like in certain forms of props. Props, and it is more story and character centered, like that way, which I like a lot. And like you have this quite eclectic mixture, of castmates, in it, not anybody I'm super familiar with, but they're all good in it. And just the like tension, who's the killer, and everything thing, it's just really well done. And the Doctor and Leela, get help from a very unsuspected partner, which is a really cool twist. But so yeah, as I said, it's mainly Agatha Christie in space, but it also has elements of Isaac Asimov's robot detective stories as well, which is pretty good. And I also liked the director of this one. He did a couple of other serials I enjoyed, and this was him and his best for me. So yeah, yes. So that is number one. Yep, and that will actually do it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed. Please leave a comment below. Are any of these serials in your top five? What's your top five in general? Have you seen and liked or disliked any of my picks? And please leave a like. It does help the channel a lot. And if you haven't done so yet, I would like to. Please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification. Button for more content like this. And yes, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.